Well, hello Virgo, welcome to you. This is your tarot reading for the month of June, coming from the mountains of Java. Virgo, I really hope you get something out of it. I mean, I've got to say these June readings have been fascinating, so I'm sure you will. I need to ask you to help me out a little. If you do get something out of it, like it, make a comment, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell, because I could do with all the help I can get. And those of you already have, thank you so much. Thank you. But above all, Virgo, it's all about you. I really hope that this is useful for you. You may well be asking, why from Java? What's important about tarot from Java? And the truth is, there is nothing so important about tarot from Java. Simply that here in Java we have many different spirits who will come to help in your tarot reading. It'll probably put a different reflection on things. For example, the spirits here are less likely to be concerned about love and finances, despite people in Java being every bit as interested in these things as the rest of us. But maybe the spirits are trying to tell us something else. Now I'll be using probably two decks, but out of three decks. So the first deck is Tarot Nusantara, the second deck is the Steampunk deck, and the third deck is the Light Visions Tarot. Tarot Nusantara is actually a new one to me, which I love, whereas the Light Visions I've struggled with as a result of the rendering. Although I think I'll grow into it, I will keep using it and coming back to it. You can see on all of them I'm using quite a lot of salt, and that's to clear the energy and the spirits from them, something that I do fairly regularly with my tarot. And I also, you'll see a number of Jimat there that I use just to bring a good energy to the tarot and to my reading. Perhaps the most important mystical object we use in Java is the kris, the curly knife that you can see that I've placed across both decks. Kris are very important for bringing the spirits to work on any object here in Java. And I call on the spirits of the mountain to assist me in shuffling the cards, in choosing the right cards, and interpret them correctly for Virgo for June 2022. Virgo, I don't think these Nusantara cards have let me down. It looks very interesting indeed. Some ups and downs, I'm not sure I understand them all just yet. Well, let me tell you my initial thoughts. We've got in the middle there the Knight of Swords. A brave, fearless, fast-moving knight, an admirable knight. And his energy runs throughout the entire reading, so things are changing quickly for you. In your recent past, we have the Fool card, going off on a new journey. Without really a care in the world, without a plan, just going off. Yeah, there'll be ups and downs, but you know, it's that sense of adventure that you like. Your current energy is that of the Queen of Swords. She's a likeable queen. People respect her, but she's a no-nonsense queen. She sets boundaries. Is this about setting boundaries? Maybe you need to, because, you know, if you've got embarked on this journey without knowing where you're going, maybe you've been taken advantage of. In the future, we have the Devil card. Addictions, attachments. What have you got yourself into? The energy impacting on the outcome is the Moon. Fear of the unknown. The energy that would change the outcome is the Knight of Wands. Very much like the Knight of Swords, also fast, also fearless, but rushes in a little too much. I mean, you know, who would... Rushing in armed only with a wand, you know what I mean? So prone to getting things wrong. And the final card is the Ace of Pentacles, suggesting new financial opportunities. So it looks like a good outcome, but I'm not sure I understand all this. Let's look at each card individually. Now, as I say, the energy running through it all is this Knight of Swords. I mean, he's a really admirable knight. He's fearless, he's brave, you can rely on him. He's fast, You look at it, there's real movement in this horse. So I think June's going to be a quick moving month for you. Things are going to happen. He is a little bit prone to rushing into things, not as much as the Knight of Wands, who does appear a bit later. Very similar knights, these two. Yeah. Now, his energy runs throughout everything, so you're going to be brave, you're going to be fearless, things are going to move quickly. Fearless is the important thing. Fearless is the important thing. You are approaching new things without fear, although later on there is fear. No. Okay, let's move on. In the past, we have the Fool card. Now, you know, he is a bit of a fool, because he goes off on a journey and he doesn't plan where he's going. And you look at the card, well, there he is. He's not planned where he's going. His dog's following him, barking away. He's got all his belongings on his back. The sun's shining, so he's likely to be blessed, but he's just about to step over a cliff. Yeah, so he is a bit of a fool, isn't he? He is a bit of a fool. If you don't know where you're going, how will you know when you've got there? But there's a lovely naivety about it. As I say, the sun's shining down. You're likely to be blessed. You know, I'm an empath. I'm a bit of a loner. I mean, I'm in a loving relationship now. I'm married, you know, but I used to rather enjoy going out by myself and just seeing what the night would bring. And it's that sort of an energy to it. Now, this is in the recent past. This is in the recent past. And Virgo, I get the impression, I might be wrong, but I get the impression that as a result of you not having plans, things haven't gone swimmingly. Because now the energy is that of the Queen of Swords. Now, she's a very likeable queen. In fact, people love her. People love her because she's firm but fair. Sort of queen you don't mess with, but you know where you stand with her, and she's very likeable. Quite compassionate as well, despite having a sting in her tail. You look there, she's sitting on that throne, and she does look a lovely woman, but she's got that sword sticking up like that, so you know not to mess with her. Is this about setting boundaries? Have you got yourself into situations that maybe aren't the best, and you should really have set boundaries? That's certainly the impression I'm getting from it. I'm certainly getting that impression, Virgo. Now, in the future, we have the Devil card. This is unhealthy attachments. Now, as I say, I thought you'd got yourself into things that you shouldn't because you didn't have a plan. And I think these have led to unhealthy attachments. Now, I have no idea what these unhealthy attachments are. No idea at all. You look at the, I mean, it could be alcohol, it could be drugs, it could be a person, could be internet porn, it could be listening to me on doing tarot readings on YouTube, but it's an unhealthy attachment. You look at the card, they've got chains around their necks, and those chains go through that stone that the devil's sitting on. But you know, the chains around their necks around the collar, you know, they don't look that tight. It looks as though they could slip them off. And it's almost as though this is an attachment that you can break out of if only you're willing to. Because we had the fool there going off on with this innocent journey. You've got yourself into something, haven't you? You've got yourself into something. And you know, you're fearful of what it is that you've got yourself into. I've got this feeling that it's about money. Now, of course, if you were a drug addict or an alcoholic, then maybe you are spending all your money. We've now got the moon card, and the moon card impacts on the outcome. And this is you being driven out by fear. I mean, it's fear of the unknown, but of course, worrying about money is the unknown, really, because if you've got enough money for today, then what are you worried about? You know, you're worried about the future, which is the unknown, aren't you? You look at the card, there's a lobster climbing out of the sea there towards the mountains. Now, I don't know if lobsters spawn in mountains, but it feels like that's what he's doing. He's got to pass those two somewhat ferocious-looking animals, but we don't know if they're ferocious. Got to go through those gates of a Hindu temple, so, you know. So you're probably worrying about nothing, if the truth be known. Now, what would prevent the outcome is the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands, as I say, is very similar to the Knight of Swords, which is the energy running through everything. He's also fast, he's also bold. I mean, you look at him. The horse is going fast, he's running into battle, armed only with a stick. So he gets himself into situations he shouldn't, and I think you've already done that, which is where this addiction or attachment comes from, where this fear comes from. And it's possible that driven by fear, or driven by this attachment, you dig an even deeper hole for yourself. That is possible. That is possible. The outcome is the Ace of Pentacles. This is you going off looking for new financial opportunities, and generally speaking, I'd say there's every indication it'll come off, because you look at the hand, it's holding the pentacle, which means wealth, but behind that is a cloud which sort of suggests it's somewhat divine. You're in a beautiful vineyard, aren't you? And you could stay there, you could be complacent and stay there. Or you could go through that archway into that somewhat parched landscape. But by going into that parched landscape, you will find your fortune. Maybe you'll plant another vineyard, or maybe there'll be another opportunity. A bit like the Fool card, which it all started with. But I think this one, you have a better plan. You have a better hold of what's going on. Yeah, so it's as though you've learnt some lessons. There's certainly some knocks in this, aren't there, Virgo? Certainly some knocks on this. There's some lessons to be learned. But what is this addiction? What is this addiction? So come on, let's get some clarification, and let's get some clarification on this Devil card. And once again, the clarification surprises me. It's changed everything. First card of clarification is Strength. That's you, inner strength. Second card of clarification is Temperance, taking a middle ground. And the third card of clarification is the Star, hope and a rebirth. What on earth could that mean when stacked up against the Devil card? Well, let's look at each individually, because I think I know. So yeah, the first card of clarity is strength. Now this is an inner strength. This is you. This isn't somebody else's strength. This is you showing an inner strength, a determination. Somebody who gets things done. Somebody who's not frightened of things. Very strange saying you're not frightened. When the next card is the Moon, which says you are frightened. But no, you're not frightened. You're not really. You look at the card. It's her who's strong. Not the lion. Not the lion. You see, she's got the ability to tame and use the lion. She's not frightened of the lion, she's pulled the thorn out of its paw, hasn't she? And the lion will protect her forever. But imagine the great inner strength that this took. Now, how does strength relate to the Devil card? Well, of course, if we remember that early on, you went on that journey, the Fool card. And it was a journey of self-discovery. Now, we've got two knights here, which are fearless, haven't we? So you've been on a journey of self-discovery and you found out that you have this inner strength, this determination. And you know, even though it's about strength, I think you're frightened of your own strength. You're not willing to believe it. Yeah. Next card of clarity is the Temperance card, which, I mean, I think it is about temperance to a certain degree. It is about rejecting overdoing things, you know, not taking a much more temperate view of the world. But it's also about compassion, as indeed is the Strength card, but it's about compassion, seeing the other point of view, taking the middle ground, being a peacemaker, the compromiser. You look, she's got wings. She's got wings. You're an earth angel, Virgo. You're an earth angel, and you won't admit it to yourself, and that's where the Devil comes in. That's where the Devil comes in, because of you don't want to admit it. You don't want to admit it. You've got this wonderful inner strength. You've got this compassion. You can really, really help and affect others, and you just don't want to admit it. And you know, Virgo, you so don't want to admit it. You're listening to this reading and you're going, Magica Java, you're crazy. You're crazy. I'm no earth angel. I'm no earth angel. There's nothing special about me. Well, here we have the Star card. Spiritual rebirth, hope. Yeah, you bring hope to the world. This is what you're able to do. But you're frightened. You're frightened of these powers. You're frightened of your strength. You're frightened of what you're capable of doing. You really are. Yeah, and that's where the Moon comes in, of course. You're frightened of the unknown. Because this is going to require you to take a step into the unknown, a step into a paradigm that you've not been to before. But you found it. You know, you found it by going off as the Fool, not knowing where you're going. You found these things, and you've always been brave. And it's all there. Everything is there telling us. We can summarise Venus. Virgo. I've just called you Venus, and I'm a devil for doing that, so apologise. I always do it. I don't know why. I don't know why. Anyway, what a fascinating read. What an absolutely fascinating read. In the recent past, you set off on a journey of adventure, a journey of discovery. I think it was a journey of self-discovery. A journey to find out about yourself. And you set off without really knowing where you were going or what you were looking for. And you know, you did find yourself. You not only found yourself, you found others. And you learned that you were very compassionate, very strong, very compassionate, very strong. But you also learned to set some sort of boundaries for other people. That it's no good simply being an empath, because if some will abuse you, and you need to be stronger. And you know, you have this marvellous inner strength. You really do. And do you know what? You're fearful of it. You're fearful of yourself. You're worried about it. You're worried about where it's going to lead you, and it's only going to lead you to wonderful, wonderful things, Virgo. It really is. And yeah, you're this brave. You're brave. You're fearless. Now, what you're likely to do, the likely outcome of all this, is you going off in search of wealth. And I don't really know why you're going off in search of wealth, but that's the likely outcome to this. And you know, you've got such power, you'll achieve it. The thing that might prevent you from doing that, I think, is you rushing into things. You know, you are fearless, you are brave, you do move quickly, but there is just a danger of you rushing into things without thinking. And should you do that, then this new beginning looking for money could change. But the main message is you are this wonderful, strong, compassionate person who's full of hope and gives hope to others. And you can't see this in yourself. You're frightened. You're frightened of what is really there. Embrace it, Virgo. Embrace it. I do hope you've enjoyed Tarot from Java as an addition to my channel, The Magic of Java. Please take a look at the other videos that I have on this channel about magic from Java, and I hope that you will become a subscriber. Now, if you want to hear your next tarot reading, hit the button, and that will inform you of when I publish new readings. I'm certainly going to do a reading for every month, but maybe I will try them a bit more frequently, say a mid-month reading, and maybe also some special readings. But above all, thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you, and enjoy Java.